What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew declares Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight in the world, again ahead of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury after beating Andy Ruiz. Okay, he had this quick to say. He says, I think there were times in there when he felt a few shots himself. Andy Ruiz was gone a few times, in my opinion. Perfect. It wasn't a boring fight. Both guys were coming to win. Both guys got cut. He had the discipline and the mentality, even when Ruiz was gone, to step back. You know what? I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it. He's the best heavyweight, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't give a shit. He's the best heavyweight in the world again. Do you know why I say that? Because he's shown a different dimension to his game tonight, mentally matured to another level. He's shown that you might hurt me, you might knock me down, but I've got the mentality and the maturity that I can deal with it. What people don't think he's able to do, he's done tonight. Those are the words of Tony Bellew, okay? Now, Tony Bellew, of course, we have to always see where the source is coming from. He is a good friend of Anthony Joshua, okay? But what's different is he backs it up with actual reasons, okay? He has an explanation behind why does he think Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight. And he explained it very impressively because he said that Anthony Joshua brought new dimensions to the game. He switched up his style. He showed mental mentality. He showed discipline, which he did show all those things in Andy Ruiz fight. No, it wasn't a boring fight. It was a fight that I looked at in amazement. Why? Because this dude, I'm looking at a dude that normally comes in, works the jab, hooks off the jab, sets up the right hand and the uppercut with the left hook. But that's mostly Anthony Joshua. He can box, but he normally likes to go in and knock people out. Look at his record. He had the highest knockout ratio, yes, over Deontay Wilder in the heavyweight division. Okay, so we looked at that, and you're like, okay, then you go from that big, bulky, colossus-looking guy to a slender, more agile guy that can move, that's, on his back foot, that's not huffing and puffing, that doesn't seem like, oh, man, what am I doing in this ring, like opposite of last time, like his other fights. Look at the Klitschko fight. When Klitschko knocked him down in the 6th round, he was all over the place. You could tell he was out of it, because he was that exhausted, okay? Well, with Tony Bellew, what he is saying, I don't doubt what he's saying. He's saying he showed that he matured to another level. He showed that. He showed that with Andy Ruiz, someone that he was 100% focused on, and it was very impressive. For that, I do agree with Tony Bellew. However, okay, we keep it real here. We don't know if Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight until he fights the other two fighters, because here's the deal. Until you fight Deontay Wilder, which is the champion, until you fight and beat Tyson Fury, which is what was the lineal champion or the ex-unified champion that never been beat, it's hard to claim that Anthony Joshua is the best of those. Now the best selling, the most marketable, sure, those are two different categories, people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who will beat who when they get into the ring. Okay, that's what we need to see. We need to witness these fights that take place. We can have our favorites for whatever reasons, but it can't be the reason for getting into the ring. Now, if we're talking about tactics and certain styles, sure. But Anthony Joshua showed us a whole different style. So we don't really know at the end of the day what style he's going to come in with, And I think that's a bad thing for the opponent in front of him, because they don't know, okay, we're going to see that old AJ, that plotting AJ almost, that relies on his power, or are we going to see this float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? So it's one of those things. So we don't really know which Joshua will get into the ring. But to wrap this up, that's Tony Bellew's explanation on why he feels Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight. You guys tell me what you think about Tony Bellew's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.